What's up, guys? We're back here for another one. I painted these bumpers for my buddy, just like a semi-gloss black. They came out really good, but I threw a runner in this one. A small runner, so I'm gonna have to wet sand that one, but I got all his brackets done. Everything's done. I still need to paint those for Phil. I just haven't had time. So as of right now, this is the mess we got. We took down the paint booth and we're cleaning out everything. We got the sandblast cabinet to work, actually, for once. And well, I'll give you guys an update here when we start getting this shop cleaned up and finished, because we're gonna build this paint booth and get this thing together. I'll kick you on here in a minute. All right, fellas, end of the day. We gave this shop a complete cleansing, and you can actually echo in here now. It's clean. So Phil's truck's done. It's moved to the front garage for him to pick it up tomorrow. As for today, we new video. So you guys will see the reveal video first, and everything finishing up and wrapping up that truck, and then this one. This is the lavativa of the shop. Good ass cleansing. So we did a lot. Other than me hanging up all my new signs and everything that I did a couple weeks ago, we did a full cleanse. So check it out. First of all, we put those big signs up there because I didn't know where else to put them. You know, you guys saw all the new signs all the way around, of course, but we got up to here. I took all the beer signs down. I kind of got tired of them, so I want to put more street signs up. But here we go. Look what we got in here, guys. We got it. We brought the 40 in here. The 40 ounce is in the shop. So now I'll get back to this, but yeah. So anyways, we took down the paint booth because I'm gonna build that paint booth I've been talking about. We moved a metal brake over here, got the freaking blast cabinet working. It works finally. We put new glass on it. It works, so we're good to go. I cleaned everything up over here. I got all my charging station and my drills. Everything's cleaned up. Everything's good to go. Yeah, got the TIG on this side here. Put the MIG right there. I even forgot where I put it. We moved this big table from over there to over there, and some of this stuff's got to go, but everything's been organized. A few things up there still they gotta go. But so what I'm gonna do for right now, this is what I need to do, is I need to mock this front clip back up and bolt it on correctly, and I need to modify my radiator support and move it or sink this fan in further so I can get some sink the radiator in so I can get some fans in here. That ain't enough space. So I'm going to do a little fabbing here and get this thing to work with this radiator. That way I can get some fans put in there. But what I need to do is I need to run me a pedal. So I need to run the wire, put it through where I need it, mount the pedal. I need to get all that situated for this. And other than mocking up this front clip, getting that situated, putting a pedal in it, I need to get underneath the front suspension, tighten up a bunch of bolts that are still loose on the Mustang 2 and all that. I need to kind of go through that. And then back here, I need to take these wheels off, and I need to put drums on this. The drums are not on this, so it's just the brake shoes hanging out. So what I'm going to do is rebuild my brakes completely, put new drums in it. And I kind of wish I would just put the disc brake kit, but I might do that down the road. I don't have time for that right now. So I'm going to just buy the drums, slap those on there, And when this thing is the way I need it, with the drums on it, that stuff done, if I have a little more time to tinker with this thing, I'm going to go ahead and start gapping these doors. I need to get these door gaps correctly and perfect, which should not take too long. So I can gap these doors again. You know, the nice thing about this is that these doors don't have to gap to a fender. They just gap to your firewall. So I can gap the doors and I'm going to worry about the front clip. That's what's nice about this. So I'm going to gap both doors, get those perfect the way I want them. That way when I get the car back, I can pull them off. And I can work on the door jams and everything else that I need to do. But I like to get the doors gap. I like to get those running boards taken off so I can body work them and clean them up and get them perfect. Let's see here. The trunk needs some work. This thing's got 2 sinkholes here on both sides where the hinges is. It's like it opened too far and it got pushed in. So I'm gonna have to body work those back in. I might even make a plate in here somewhere that goes across to make this more so it doesn't do that shit again, which I doubt it will. But there's lead work like crazy in here, so I don't know. I gotta fix it. This is like got a big dip right here, big bump here. It's just really bad back here, so I need to get in there and figure it out. I don't know if a power hammer or the little I don't remember what they call them. Little horseshoe hammer. Well, it's like a little power hammer. I don't remember what the hell. I can't even think right now. My brain's not working. But my buddy Angelo has one. He said he's gonna let me borrow it. So if not, then I'll just take this to his shop and see if he can just planish that. That's a planishing hammer. What the fuck? Yeah, it's like a little horseshoe planishing hammer, a portable one. And see if he can planish those out for me. If not, I have enough tools here, I can do it. I have a little air planishing hammer I might try to see if it'll work. But if not, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure I can just get it done with. The reason why I kind of wanted to borrow it was for stuff like this. I wanted to planish all this out. Get this top just worked out, just cherry. The whole lip. It's not bad at all. But see, nothing you can't just throw a light skim coat on with some fiberglass, because I'm going to glass all this stuff to make sure it doesn't crack. But a real light skim coat of that, fiberglass some of that in. I got to line this trunk up. After I fix that top, I need to start gapping this trunk because it's a mess. I don't know what the hell's going on with this trunk, but it's a mess. You know, look at this thing, dude. It's got a freaking big old gap over there. And then over here, it's all tight. So it needs to be brought down, I guess. Probably a little bit on this corner. But see, that's what's odd is up here, it's cherry. Yeah, this thing's going to need some... It's going to be fun. This trunk's going to be worse than the doors. So that door sticks out. This is the worst part. Right here, there's some rot. So I'll cut that out, replace that. On the bottom of the door, the same thing right there. That bottom of the door, I don't know. I don't think it goes all the way across, but right here and there. And then right there, all the way across the bottom there. So that whole bottom might need to be changed on this car. I don't know. Most likely so. So I'm going to gap it out first, and then when I pull it off, then I will replace that piece, because I got to fix this too. This thing must have swung open like crazy and someone lead boogered the hell out of it. So I need to cut all this piece out here, probably replace that whole section. So I'll probably replace that and this. This is leaded to shit too. And it makes me mad that somebody would do that, because if you open the door, you can access this like right there. There's not a panel or a brace or nothing in the way that you can't just knock this thing back out. So someone wasted a lot of lead for nothing. But whatever. So I got to fix that, because this is pushed in, which is making this stick out. So this will bring that back and probably fix that gap a little better. But with all that being said, that's where I'm at with just the basic things that need to be done on this car. You know, there's a lot of dings and like waves and dents and stuff here that I'm going to try to pop out with the stud gun. What I can, what I can't, it's going to get fiberglass or mudded. But there's some lead here that's going to burn out. I got to probably planish that out too real good and see if I can fix that. I'm not trying to make this the Riddler, you know what I mean? But it's going to be straight, clean, and candied. But there's a lot of stuff here that to get full metal finish would be a lot of work. And I'm not here to build this car for 4 years. So I've already had it for probably about 5 years maybe. And I want to drive it. So the 5 years that I've owned it, this is where it's gotten. Chopped, bagged, C-notched. The whole floor pan's been rhino lined, raptor lined, bally's raptor lined, trunks raptor lined. It's got a G-body rear end in it. It's got the LS with all the goodies out of an 04, 05 Tahoe. The 5.3. I have full air conditioning for this car from Speedway. It's got a custom low car shifter in it. It's got a 51 Merc steering wheel. I have all Dakota digital gauges for this thing. I have a full-blown system for this, other than I need to buy a deck, which I want to put a TV where that drop-down waterfall is, so where that old speaker goes. I'm going to put a TV there. Touchscreen, Bluetooth, all that shebang. So, I got Ride Tech Air Ride, batteries mounted in the trunk, Mustang gas tank, flush mounted in the trunk. It's got the Tech Ultimate in-tank fuel pump. It's got everything. Everything's ready to go in this thing, other than it needs to be started with a drive line. I need to put a drive line in it. But I am going to redo some of the air ride, move some stuff around, and I might add a bigger tank and another air compressor. But other than that, I'm not trying to make this thing crazy. I might upgrade some fuel line or some air lines, make it a little faster. But other than that, guys, that's where I'm at. I do have the long cherry bomb pipes in it, and I decided to run 3-inch out the back. I shouldn't have gone that thick of a pipe, but I bought them and I didn't snap. And yeah, so that's what I used. So I'm gonna get some cool little clamshell looking tips with the little red piece on them and put those coming out the back. All my bumpers are re-chromed, bumper guards are chromed, bumper end wraps are chromed. I have a lot of stuff done on this car. I do need to sand these off, the hinges, to get chromed. I need to fix these door handles and probably re-chrome these. And I need to chrome all the side trim, still not done. I need to chrome that. I need to chrome these. I'm not going to run windshield wipers. I'm going to put little bullets, but I like the way these look. So I'm going to put these back on there with the little bullet on them. And I've already chromed all the bezels for these and these. The trunk hood, or the hood, is chromed. The strip, the bird, not the bird, but the, I don't even know what that is. The front ornament's chrome. All the stuff that goes on the front's chrome. The little wings and the badges, all that stuff. Grill. I gotta take the grill off and send that in. That's gonna be expensive, but it's gonna look good. When that comes back all triple chromed, when I send that, I actually might take this radiator support too. After I fab everything up and get it the way I want it, I might take these bolts, of course, out and weld them up, smooth it out, and I might take this to chrome that. Once I get it back from running and driving, I'm going to pull that LS back out of there. I'm going to smooth out that firewall, clean it up, weld everything shut that needs to be welded shut, and then we're going to start the bodywork painting process on it. But other than that, guys, my buddy that's going to do my LS for me, he's also going to put the AC in and all of my Dakota digital gauges and run all my lights and wires and everything that's good. So when I get this car, it's completely drivable, functionable car. The only thing I need to do is tear it back apart. So that's what we got to do to this car. That's what I'm going to do to this car, and I'm not going to stop until I'm done. So, back to this one. I am fighting on keeping it a suede or candying this damn thing. I don't know what to do. I like it the way it is, but at the same time I think candy apple red fully flaked would be bad too. So I fight with myself all the time. I like the way it looks, suede, you know, but there's some days I'm like, dude, I paint, so I'm over the suede on it. I've had it suede a long time, and I think it's time for a change. So my plan so far is I want to pop the body off this thing, and I want to put front shocks. I never put front shocks on it, so I want to put front shocks. I want to put some back shocks in it, and I need to fix the body mount that broke when this thing, that's why it's twisted. When I hit that curb, my back body mount somehow broke off, and it's weird because it didn't break from my weld, it tore like in a completely different spot. So it's all crooked. So I need to get this thing set back, redo the body mounts, and make sure it's going to sit where I want it to, and then I'm going to pop this body back off there. I need to do a little modification on that rear buggy spring on this. It has a rear buggy, which I hate. So I might put some coilovers on it, or just add some damn shocks to it. Just leave it the way it is. I like to pop that body off, of course. I want to respray the chassis. If I decide to paint this car candy apple red, I'm going to paint the chassis the same color. The engine's already candy apple red, and I'll probably just leave it the same. I'm probably going to just leave it alone. I don't want to take it apart and mess with it all over again. So, other than that, what else? I need to fix this. When I hit the curb, my chop cracked, and that's because I don't have my front cowl bolted on like a jackass. So that's another thing. I have the mounts there, I just gotta put the bolts in them, which I never did. So that's what caused it to flex, and that's why my door's screwed up, that's why my chop's screwed up. This whole section just twisted on me. So I need to bolt it down solid, fix that. I need to re-weld this. I have 4 spare wheels out there. That's what happened when I hit that curb, dude. Look at that sucker. It just bent to hell. So, crazy thing is, it's held air this whole time. So, I'm going to take this wheel off, find the most true one I have out there. I'm going to put new tires on this thing all the way around. Fix the bodywork. Back here in the back, this back window, whoever did this chop back in the 50s, bushwhack this thing, because here it's flat, and then from here it slopes down right here. So this needs to be pie cut and pulled up and fixed so it's flush. This makes my car look crooked. Worse than it looks right now, but it makes my car look crooked when you're standing behind it, and it's always drove me nuts. And I've measured and measured and measured, and it's not the chop itself, it's this back window. That back window was crooked, so there's just a part of it that's crooked, not the whole thing. But window and window, when I measured it, it's good to go. So that's where we are, guys. We literally blew out every corner of this shop today, swept it, blew it out about 5 times. We cleaned in and out of everything. I cleaned my cabinet out, my bolt cabinet, my paint cabinet, that cabinet in the corner over there. I cleaned all of it out. I mean, I am so happy that now I have a full shop. I mean, look at this thing without that freaking cheap ass plastic I had. It worked, don't get me wrong, that plastic did wonders for me. But look at that now, boys. Man, it's like so nice to have this together, you know, with my own shit in it for once. Like, it's just been so long. So I've only had this shop a year, you know. And when I first got this shop, I immediately started working on everybody else's stuff, and I never got a chance to work on my own. So I'm gonna take a small break, couple months, do the things I need to do with my stuff, and then I got a couple more people rolling in that need some work done. So, but this stuff needs to get done first. I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of not being able to drive my own stuff. So, but everything's good, guys. Everything is good. If you didn't know, now you know. Casket Customs in the house. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up today. There's a full tour of the shop, a full update of what's in the shop, and what's update coming on that's going to go on in the shop. So, right now, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go inside and play my drag racing game on my phone, and then go to bed. And I'll come out here tomorrow, start tinkering with this stuff, see what happens. We're going to get this going, guys. We're going to get it going. So I'm going to wrap this one and catch you tomorrow. Alright, fellas, welcome back another day. So, came out here today. Today is New Year's. Happy New Year's. Got my ass up this morning, went and got a haircut and fresh fade, and came in the shop, kind of blew it out again, cleaned it up a little more. Check these out. I got tired of trying to find a place to put my stuff, so I needed somewhere to hang the blowgun. There you go. I also decided just to hang the rest of my other tools here, and of course with me everything's 2 times. So on my other side I did the same. Just figured I'd free up a drawer in my toolbox, so why not put this stuff here? Use it with the air anyways, right? This is where I use it. So whatever. Still got some more in there that I need to go through, but I looked over the 32 a little bit. I fired it up. Still runs just fine. It is a total mess. I don't know. I'm gonna get to this car soon, but today is the day. I'm gonna start messing with this car. So pretty much what's gonna go on, guys, is we're gonna get this puppy up on some jack stands. I'm gonna mock that front clip up, and we're gonna fabricate and do whatever the hell, or figure something out so I can get some fans in there. And once that's done, we'll move on to the other things that need to be fixed and gone through before I push it outside. I need to get this thing in epoxy. So I want to wrap up everything I need, and then I'll get it in epoxy. And then whether it goes to my buddy to do the LS work on it or not, either way, I need to wrap this stuff up. And if that guy's not going to do my car for me, so be it. I don't give a shit. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I got other buddies that will come and do it for me here and help me out. If not, I'll do it my damn self. You know, whatever, I don't even care. But either way, it's gonna get done, and we're gonna go from there. Yep, that's it. Enough talking. I gotta get some stuff done on this car. I really want to see some progress. I've owned this car for probably about, I don't know, about 5-6 years or so, maybe longer, 7 years. And this is where I've got, and it's sat most of the time. So it's time, guys. I want my stuff done. It's time. Ooh, that battery don't sound very healthy. Well, no wonder. 9 of 21. So let's see, 21. I got this car like car in 19. And it took me 2 years to get it going. It took me about 2 years to get it over to Joe's shop and get it chopped and bagged and all that, put the engine in it and everything. And then it sat here for a while. And then it went over to my other buddy's shop for a little bit, for about a year. And then now it's been sitting here for a while again. So, had it for almost 6 years. We in the office, baby. Jack in the front garage. Whole figure. I'm gonna go get it. Be right back. Alright, I found my jacks. They're in my front garage. Yeah, I was using them yesterday. Phil came to pick up his truck, which he loved. He put some badass rims and tires on it that were different. They were pretty cool. They were big fat white walls. Some Coker tires with some, he painted the wheels red, and then he put some flappers on it. Freaking cool, man. No flapper, but flipper. Flapper. Flipper. Like the dolphin, not flapper like the chick from the 40s. I'm just kidding. Alright. Quit screwing around looking for these stupid buckets. I swear, if I find them, I'm gonna punch myself in the face 3 times because that's how many are missing. I don't know where they could have gone. But, whatever, hopefully whoever got them, or stole them, or wherever the hell they decided to walk off to, hopefully they got them full of Coronas and they're enjoying their time, right? Assholes. Alright. Been waiting for this moment so long, I don't know what to do myself. This poor car, man. Wheels and tires need to come off of this thing. I need to clean those up. Everything, the front suspension needs to be tightened. This car is a total mess. It just needs some TLC. Alright. Took off the beanie and started to sweat up in here. So, car's up on yak stands. It looks like shit. Crooked as hell. The front, the back is way higher than the front. Right. Getting thirsty. I ain't got enough room in there. Straight up. So let me get a measuring tape and I'll explain what happened. When I originally took this car to my buddy Joe's, they put the engine in for me, did a really good job. But where they put the engine, it wasn't their fault, it was my fault, because I did not buy this front setup, this CVC setup. I didn't have this yet, which was my mistake. I didn't have the money to pay them to do the engine work and everything with the chop and all that. And on top of that, buy this, which was my mistake. I should have bought this right away because it sticks out so much further. This would have all been done right the first time. And it's not their fault, it's my fault, because I was being a cheap ass and I didn't want to buy this right away, and it bit me in the ass twice. This will be the third time. So what happened is I bought the kit. Joe and Chris put the engine in for me and had it a little further forward where the stock fan and all that would have worked with this radiator, right? Well, everything stock on it fit perfect. Well, when I put this kit on it, it pushed it out way too far. Now I don't have enough room for this. So when I took it to my friend Sebastian cut the motor mounts and moved the engine back for me a little bit. But now that he moved it back, he didn't move it far enough back. So I still don't have enough room for my fans. So I don't understand what the point of moving it where they moved it was if there's no room for my fans. So, and there's still, ow, you mother. I could still move this thing back at least. Well, I would have had to move this dipstick, but with removing this dipstick and changing, which was simple to do, I could have got, there's at least, watch, probably about an inch, 2 inches. About an inch and a half. I could have moved this thing back about 3/4 of an inch. And that would have gave me plenty of room for a fan. But I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't hug it as tight as they should have, but of course I didn't ask. It's all crooked, everything's all wongo. Can't even get shit straight here. Alright. Stay. Oh yeah, let's put the gloves on now after my hands are already black. Who needs those parts? Let's see. I don't remember what I have going on there. So I forgot my flashlight. My little girl calls it a flashlight. A flashlight. She loves flashlights, my kid. It's so funny. Damn, this bottom of this fender is gonna need to be replaced. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Gotta cut some metal, baby. Oh, freaking rotted out, bro. It's not bad, but it needs to be fixed. Okay. Oh, I need the damn light. I don't know why this thing turned off on me. Sometimes these cameras do what they want. There you go, guys. Bolt from the 40s. Alright, guys, so yesterday, oh yeah, by the way, today's New Year's Day. Happy New Year again. So yesterday, I came in here and I was able to mock up my front clip to the 40. And I trimmed out that lip that I needed to trim on the radiator support. I also got it in the blast cabinet and blasted it down and cleaned it up. Yeah, it sinks in pretty good. We got a lot more room. It needs to go down. This needs to go down the top of the radiator, and it goes underneath this. So I am going to fabricate me a new piece here, so where the cap sits, and I might, well, it's not going to work. So I'm going to just have to fab something here. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh yeah, this thing got to go way lower. I gotta look at it, because I might just fab something that goes across this. Real cool. Like a cover here. I don't know. But either way, this is gonna get split on that weld seam. I don't know if I'm gonna actually split it right there, but I might split it here and here and make some kind of cool design here that goes over, and this will sit underneath it where I have enough room to stick my hands through and open and close this here. I wish I could just get like some kind of an extender for that, but either way I'd still have to make a circle, so I'm just gonna make something cool and fabricate something cool there. But other than that, there's a few more little pieces I need to trim on this thing. The corners here are hitting this, so I'm gonna trim this back a little bit here, both sides, and the whole thing needs to sink down, and then I'll bolt this in, and then that needs to sink down further as well. So alright fellas, came in here another day, and we're still working on this radiator support. So basically where we're at is here. I chopped it all up, got it where I want it, everything flushes, everything fits as I showed you before. Now we're on to some extra stuff. So these pieces here that I cut off the radiator before, the old mounts, now I'm cutting these little bolts out, little carriage, or what do they call these, cage nuts. What I'm doing with these is I cut them off, and I'm going to weld them in here on the inside of this plate. On the outside of the plate, I made these little filler panels right here that are going to get, they fit just right, perfect on there, and I'm going to bolt them on with some small little bolts. So they will be removable if I need to take the radiator out. But while the radiator is in, of course, they're just going to be filler plates that go from here right up to the lip of the radiator, so you don't have this big old gap in here. I thought it would just look cool and look cleaner, so that's what I'm going to do. I think the hardest part about TIG welding is you got to find a comfortable position. Right. Alright. That's probably the best one I've done so far. Did I just put marker on my face? Pretty sure I did. Allegations of misuse of federal funds under Mayor Tim Keller's administration. Good, I hope that guy freaking gets what he deserves. He's a worthless freaking mayor. Junk. Alright, so here we are. This is what I was talking about molding it in, because I know it probably didn't make no sense when I was trying to explain it. But I needed this pocket for me to be able to open this. And originally I kind of wanted to make a full pocket here, right? That went over and kind of did the same thing this side did here. And there would just be like a little tunnel on the top. But it's too much work, and it's actually pointless. So leaving this open is just fine because this faces the engine anyways, and these little flat panels and all this molded out is going to look really clean. On the front side, I am going to have to let me see here. So these filler plates, of course, fill this in. The pieces that I made. Oh yeah, check this out. So when I made these little pieces, I had that issue with this center wobbling, and I was like, okay, I hit a bump that it's gonna make all kinds of noises, right? So what I did is I made these little tabs that literally welded to the face of this bracket. Yeah, like that. I bent them in the brake and TIG welded them. And that's where we are. Yeah, so these actually, that's the wrong one because it didn't work right. I was like, oh damn it, I screwed up again. Nah, this is the way it goes right here. I made them so they fit on this bracket right here, and then I can just stick a little bolt through there right into that. Actually, this bolt that goes in here is the bolt that you have to bolt to hold this thing on. So I'll put these on, of course. I can actually put them on last because I can put this in, and there's a bolt hole here, right here, and a bolt. And no. I gotta weld that one shut. I don't know what those are for, but I'm afraid to weld those shut because I think they're probably used for something the way they look. These ones obviously aren't used for nothing. That's a main bolt. These two are main bolts. So I can put these two in, and then if I ever have to pull these off, I just gotta pull one bolt out. And then one bolt here, these two bolts here, and then this cover will come off, and then I can slide the radiator out. So those are perfectly fit on that little bracket. Perfect. Now we got a full little mold look going on with it, especially after I finish cutting these little patch panels out. I just did that to get the feel of like what it's going to look like. So usually I like to use what is that board called? Ram board. I don't have any, so I just use some paper. So on the front side up here is what I'm gonna mold flat. So this whole section here across is gonna be molded flat because this is the section you see when you open the hood of the car. This tombstone that sticks up, you only see probably about maybe that much of it, if that. I don't remember, but I'm gonna put a piece of sheet metal across this to cover the aluminum all the way across right here, and then that's like, if it's visible, it's gonna look more clean, and maybe I can write like something on it or put a mural or whatever. But other than that, you don't see anything further than that. So that's where we are with that. I'm gonna start working for a little bit, and I'll give you guys an update on that when I'm finished with it. Alright guys, so big progress. Check it out. As you know, I've been making these little filler panels here that bolt in. Got the little cap here that's going to drill a hole, bolt in there. These are going to be mounted solid. I made these pieces. I've tacked them in already and kind of ground them down a little bit. I gave a little space so nothing rubs and squeaks. This needs to be welded in. I made this piece, but I need to take the radiator out, and I need to tap this down a little bit to get it perfectly fit, get it nice and smooth, and then I'll start welding this in solid. All this stuff lines up fairly decent. I mean, I could have done a little better on that one, but it's not going to be perfect, you know. I guess it could be, but I could always just add some metal there. When I do the welding, I could add that and fill it and make it perfect. This side came out pretty good, pretty consistent. This side, not so great. I need to bevel this little edge round like I did this one, which was kind of stupid. I don't like it, but it's not going to really matter, dude. It's going to look clean. It's going to be painted or chromed, so I'll try to get it as symmetrical and feng shui or whatever the hell you want to call it is possible. But basically this whole backside of the radiator shell has got molded for this radiator, and then I just need to flip it around and do the cap for the front. Is one piece, weld it in, and we're done with this piece. And then I could move on to the inner fender wells. So I gotta go move some trailers around and move some stuff out of the front of my shop because it looks like shit. I don't like it. I don't like all that crap being up there, so I'm gonna move it now that it stopped snowing and that it looks a little bit, well, the sun's out. It's probably not warm, but I'm gonna go out there and do that, and then I gotta go do some stuff. So I will catch you guys on here in a little bit when I finish welding this stuff up. Coffee in the shop. It's been cold and snowing. Got the heater going. Got some Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg rolling on the TV. Always listening to the West Coast. So today's another day in here, guys. I haven't been in here in a few days. Had to take my mom to some surgery. She broke her shoulder running through a parking lot. I don't know why she's running through a parking lot, but she was, and she fell and she shattered her shoulder. So yeah, we've been hanging out with mom. Of course, work gets in the way, but here we are. I did a little bit more work and I mocked it up, and it fits like a glove. Really nice, Clark. So check it out, guys. Excuse the blue wrapping. I didn't take it all off. I didn't want to scratch it, but then I started taking it off and whatever. But I'm happy. So forget all this wiring in the way, but look at that, boys. Could park a jumbo jet in there. There's a little bit more room in there. There we go. Once I bolted in, I still got to drill a couple holes in the radiator support, the side mounts that I made. So now here you guys can see that it might make sense to you what I was doing. I plated this. I got to finish taking it in. I got to clean up these lines. Put a tape line, clean them up real nice. I made this cap in here, which needs to be welded in. Yeah, it needs to be cleaned up and welded in a little bit. And then I made these plates to cover that big old gap. I was able to find a shroud and a fan that would fit in there that was also chrome, that kind of matched most of this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much this side. It'll look really clean once it's either painted or chromed. And then I need to add a simple plate across this to cover this mess here where you can see through this. So I'm gonna add me a nice plate straight up right here across the front. Gives me a nice place for some type of a mural or a saying or something. Casket Customs. I don't know what I'm gonna put there. Most likely I'm gonna probably put the name of the car. So as soon as you open the hood, boom, there it is. That's where I'm at right now, guys. I'm gonna weld some stuff in, and I'll kick you back on here when I finish that part up. Peace.